Hey guys, I'm back with another video. Hooray! Oh god, 2 weeks it's been since my last upload for the channel. That was about Champions League and everything. Anyway, I'm back again after being away for quite a bit. So I just thought, let's get back into it. Let's kind of talk real about superhero, Marvel, small bit of DC stuff that's been happening. And the first thing is obviously about Spider-Man Far From Home, the sequel coming from Spider-Man Homecoming. It's coming out in July, and they recently revealed, I say recently, a few weeks ago, but I've been away, so I haven't really talked about it. Anyway, that the film is going to be coming out 3 days early, which is great. 3 days early. So its original day was 5th of July. It's now been pushed forward, back. Either way, to the 2nd of July. I suppose back. But it's been pushed forward in terms of release date, but it's been pushed back in terms of its days coming out. But it's coming out on 2nd of July. It's very exciting to see the second film featuring Tom Holland's Spider-Man. In my opinion, the best live-action Spider-Man. Controversial. A lot of Tobey Maguire fans out there. A bit of Andrew Garfield. But Tobey Maguire, Jesus. Tom Holland, for me, is the best Spider-Man. He's been the most accurate one so far, and very excited for this film. But I think the most interesting thing about this film will be the events of Endgame, how will they affect this film? They've already seen in the trailers. If you haven't seen the trailers, or you haven't seen Avengers Endgame, turn the video off now, because I'm gonna say spoilers right now. So turn it off. If you haven't seen it, go see it. And if you haven't seen it, why are you here? Anyway, okay. So in Avengers Endgame, Rob Downey Jr.'s character, Tony Stark, he dies. He dies in Endgame. He snaps his fingers, saves everyone. And in the Far From Home trailer, Nick Fury goes to Spider-Man. Jake Gyllenhaal's character, Mysterio, is from another Earth. And he says the snap tore a hole into our dimension, into Tom Holland's Earth. So, but which snap are they talking about? Because was it 4 in Endgame? So you got Hulk snapping his fingers to bring everyone back. Well, you got Thanos obviously in Infinity War doing that snap. Then he did it again. Yeah, he did it again to so-called destroy the stones. And then Hulk did it, and then Iron Man did it, and then that's that. So which snap are they talking about? Was it the 4 snaps that combine all together? That's what tore a hole? But it's just funny how they're going to deal with the events of Endgame, because it seems to have the death of Iron Man has really affected Spider-Man. And it's going to be interesting how they'll deal with that dynamic, and is this a possible way they'll introduce the Fantastic Four and the X-Men into the MCU? Is this the dimension breaking? Is that how they're going to come into it? Perhaps coming through, needing the Avengers' help with their worlds, and maybe their worlds are like dying, and so they decide to move to the Avengers Earth. It's all very interesting to see what's going to happen in that when this film comes out, if they'll even consider talking about that. But it's going to be very interesting how they're going to do it. They might just do it in a post-credit scene or an end-credit scene. We just have to wait and see, but that's out in about a month and a bit now. for the Spider-Man Far From Home. Very exciting. July 2nd. 3 days early. Very exciting. And topic 2 is Marvel and DC are both celebrating their 1000th issue. It's very, very, very cool. Very cool. 1000 issues. Very cool for both companies. It's very exciting. DC obviously was first. They released theirs. I'm actually not sure what date. I should have looked that up, but what can you do? Anyway, so DC did their 1000 issue. 1000 issue. So it's very exciting. Both companies off next. We'll celebrate I think Marvel celebrated the 80th this year, and DC celebrated it last year. Am I wrong in that? Or is it Marvel definitely celebrated their 80th this year, and DC were earlier. Might have been the start of this year. DC. Not too sure, but maybe people listening will be able to tell me. So let me know. So yeah, it's very exciting. Both companies, 80 years. Another 20 years, they're selling 100 years. That's madness. And obviously a big topic going on is Endgame. So close to knocking Avatar off that top spot. Finally taking that film from its number 1 box office to putting it second after Endgame. Endgame on 2.16 billion. I think I'm right in that. So 100 and bit more million it needs to beat Avatar sitting at 2.7. It's nearly at 2.8 billion, I think. So hopefully Endgame can get the top spot. Definitely deserves the top spot in my opinion. It's a much better film than Avatar. Dude, it's just the effects when it came out. Excuse me, in 2008, it was very, oh my god, mind-blowing effects for the time, but it's not that amazing now when you watch it again. I mean, other films have just done it a bit better. It's not that amazing now, for a film to just use all CGI for everything. But yeah, hopefully Endgame can beat it at the box office. So everyone who's listening, go see Endgame again and again and again and again so it gets the top spot. And the final thing I want to talk about in the video is the Falcon and Winter Soldier TV series that's coming out in August, end of August next year. Very exciting. I'm just reading up on supposedly Daniel Brunel, and I think I'm pronouncing that right, Bruhal, and Emily Van Camp, Zemo and Agent 13. People who don't know, both Agent 13 from Winter Soldier and Civil War, and Zemo just from Civil War, the main villain, could be returning for the series, which is very cool to see those characters again. See what maybe Zemo's been plotting something after the old snap. Maybe he's but another interesting thing is Anthony Mackie's Falcon. Obviously a massive spoiler here, so get away if you haven't seen Endgame. You've been warned. He gets Captain America's shield at the end of Endgame. Cap goes in the past. he puts all the stones back. He finally has his dance with Peggy and everything like that, which is it's a beautiful moment. It's so nice to see him finally be with the woman he loves his whole life and everything. But he comes back then, and he's an old man, and Falcon and Cap have this talk, and then Cap gives Falcon his shield. Falcon, you're the next Captain America. You're the. It's like saying there has to be a Captain America in this franchise. And supposedly that's gonna tie into the TV show. They're gonna like write it in how he feels. Maybe he's wielding it, but then something happens in the show and he's like, oh, I can't be Captain America. I can't. Something happens to him. Maybe it's gonna be very interesting what they're gonna do. I really thought Bucky was gonna get the shield, but then you gotta think, is Bucky the right man to carry on the mantle of Captain America? Would society accept in this universe him as Captain America, with his past and everything that has happened? And you also gotta think, is he are all the Hydra what's the word? All the Hydra, like, what would you say? All the hypnotizing kind of thing they Bucky to make him into the Winter Soldier. Is that gone, or is that all still there? Because that was never really answered in Infinity War or even Endgame or anything. Like, I know that people say, oh, you see him in the end of Black Panther and he seems like he's doing okay, but they might have not fixed him. They might have just been like, Hydra, we haven't heard from him in years, so it's safe to say you'll be fine. So maybe they'll do show. Maybe he's not completely fine. Maybe he's still under Hydra's control. Maybe that's what happens when Bucky's like, oh, I'm Captain America, and then Winter Soldier has some sort of a Hydra attack, and he turns, and then Falcon tries, but then people die, and then he's like, oh, I can't be Captain America. I can't handle the responsibility and the sacrifice Cap has made throughout the years of the MCU, and Falcon just can't cope with that sort of but kind of righteousness that Captain America has, and he's always he's not going to sacrifice anyone to help save the world, as he says in Infinity War. I'm not on it. What did he say in Infinity War? We don't trade lives, as he says to Vision. Vision says, you have to destroy the Soul Stone, the Mind Stone. Jesus, Soul Stone. You have to destroy the Mind Stone. And Cap's like, oh, we don't trade lives. He's not willing to let one person. Maybe Falcon just can't fathom that. He's like, obviously Cap will sacrifice himself without a doubt, but he'll never sacrifice anyone else. Maybe Falcon can't deal with that. That's, you have everything down to save everyone. But it's all very interesting theories and everything, seeing what's going on, what will happen in the future installments of the MCU, and what will happen with everything that's been happening. It's all very, very, very interesting. Obviously, if you're a fan of this stuff, like, if it's not, it's all a bit mad for people, I'd say. That's the whole news and everything. it goes on with this superhero genre-ness. But yeah, that's probably all the news I could find for this episode this week. Small bit of Chelsea stuff. I'll put a bit of Chelsea stuff in the end of this video. So, Chelsea news. Been rumours in Italy. Maurizio Sarri could return to Italy. He could return to. Biggest rumour has been Roma. Roma apparently want him. This was a few months back that Roma are a big fan of his, which is a bit strange. And if he goes, Frank Lampard, Chelsea legend, could be a front runner to get the job then, which would be amazing. It'd be amazing to have Frank at Stamford Bridge and with Chelsea and everything. But is it the right time for him to come to Chelsea? Probably not, because he's only managed one team in his career so far. He's saying that he's done a brilliant job at Derby, and he can manage and he can do what he set out to do, and then some. But also, could we Chelsea fans deal with the sacking of Frank Lampard? I don't think we could. I don't think we could see that deal with Lampard being sacked by Chelsea. Also, the Juventus manager is leaving, or he's been sacked. Alrigi. I'm probably not saying that. I'm probably saying that. I'm butchering that, I'd say. But he's apparently leaving, and he could come to Chelsea if Sarri obviously goes. If he doesn't, he's gonna be there. But we can talk about that in another video. This has been the longest video I've done so far, coming up to 17 minutes. It's a long time for this video, so we'll end this video here. Thank you so much for listening and watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Ziggy